Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another game. This time a 4v4 between a few of our friends. This is HTF Ignatius, and I'll be casting this game for you to the best of my ability. This is my first time doing a live game on this map. It's kind of an interesting setup we have here. We have a 4v4. Unfortunately, we don't have nearly enough friends to fill up a full team, but this is the next best thing, I suppose. The setup both teams chose to go for was a one man in each lane in the jungler, which was interesting. They were trying to maximize as much experience they could get out of each character, which is probably a better idea than having a support in a duo lane somewhere. But this does leave a lot of vulnerability, and a lot of quick action can happen. But when you have someone like Graves bot who's by himself and can get ganked and die pretty much instantly. Early game, we seem to have some kind of invade going on here. We have Scrotum Killer returning yet again, our famous Summoner's Code evader. On Talon, we have Trundle, Porticut playing Trundle, and we have Zelkamar on Rise. It looks like they're invading near red buff here, to absolutely no knowledge of the other team. We have Victor on the other team. We have a Victor in mid. It looks like a Shaco jungling, a GP bottom, and a Kale top. Pretty standard starting off the bat for regular, everyday 5v5 games. Both junglers have Smite, of course. We have a couple teleports. One teleport on Talon, actually, that's it. The Kale was kind of an interesting thing. He kind of wanted to go supportier with it. He went heal and CV as well. Most likely looking forward to the late game. Of course, there's a little chat going on, being between all friends, and they're all in vent right now. Ooh, they discovered GP. The invade is still going on, which I find kind of interesting. If you look up towards top lane there, the minions are about there, and there's no one there to take them. We could be looking at a blue steal. Oh, he does! Porticup steals the blue, but will he be able to? Yes, he will get out of here. No problem at all. Very good move. That denies Shaco a very early blue buff, and that can be a killer to his jungling speed. Also, Porticup's free to move about the lower jungle here and get his own blue buff whenever he pleases. CS, Kale's free to CS up top, now that Talon's not going to be there for a little while, and GP's free to CS for bottom, now that Graves won't be there for a little while, which is a little unfortunate, but it does increase the jungler speed. And this is a little interesting. Zach on Shaco here is getting a little aggressive, actually, trying to set up some kind of nest right there, and maybe hoping to bait Trundle back in, but looks like he might go for red here. I think that would be a really good idea, because he can see that Trundle's, he has that one box right there to keep vision of Trundle, and he can, it looks like he's not going to. Trundle ganking mid, Ignite tossed off on Victor there, no harm, no foul really. Victor can just go, actually he didn't get any health pots, he went Doran's Ring to start off with. That should give Rise a little bit of the advantage, going the Meki Pendant and Phoenix Bun or health pots. This is interesting. We have Shaco jumping Trundle. I guess Trundle walked in that. Oh, and we could have first blood. Nope. Nope, maybe. Oh, this Victor is getting super aggressive. We have Shaco coming back in. Oh, this is so close. First blood goes to Porticup. Well done. Porticup picks up the quick first. Oh, and a second kill right off the bat. Oh, GP. Oh, man, that's a hell of a fight. Blue team picking up 2 quick kills. Off to a pretty good early start. Top lane's being pushed fairly heavily by A24 Angus here on Kale. Kale's a pretty good pusher. When she picks up that AoE attack, she just destroys those creep waves. Pretty strong. I've seen her in quite a few solo top games, and even in this game, she makes a very good choice against Talon, because she has that invulnerability, and in case of any dives or anything like that, she can just get out of all of his burst, and once his burst is gone, there's not much to write home about when it comes to sustained damage. So that should be a pretty good lane for Kale, and a positive side to purple. Mid lane, kind of interesting. I haven't seen a lot of Victor. It's only been 2 weeks since he's been out, and still there's a lot to learning about Victor. People have their own preferences when it comes to upgrading, and it just seems like kind of a strange champion. I mean, a lot of people have difficulty playing him, and some people can be very good, while some people can be very bad. Hanwha's doing a pretty good job at keeping Zulk out of XP range here with that Death Ray, and that's a very key part to the laning phase, and it seems like he's doing a very good job at that. It looks like Graves drove back GP here. GP being played by Zedral, who's usually playing AP mid. Kind of a surprising pick for him. It's not bad though. This lane for blue team. I'd have to say that Graves is probably a stronger laner against GP. I mean, post level 6, maybe GP has a bit more of an advantage with the ult and everything, because he can either keep his tower alive or, pick up assists around the map, and that can be huge gold farm for him. But, when you have the AD carry bottom with no help, you're always risking, being blown up if, Victor shows up or something like that. We have another jungle invade looking like, oh wow, Portacup did pick up red there. Portacup's doing really good in that counter jungling. I don't know if Shaco's gotten a buff yet. No, 5 minutes. He hasn't gotten a single buff yet. Portacup has been denying that. He has a red buff now, and that's not going to be up for 5 minutes, and blue buff's not going to be up for at least another minute. Looks like another gank going on mid here. This could be very strong. He has double buff, tossed down a very good pillar, but very good gravity field. Stopped him in his tracks right there. Man, he's doing a lot of damage for early game, with only a Vamp Scepter and Boots of Mobility. Boots of Mobility is an interesting pick on Trundle, but, he's with this 4v4 setup, it's a lot easier to gank. Every lane is a solo lane, so I think he's just trying to hope to get off a few good early game ganks, and he has so far with 1 kill and 1 assist. Alright, so it looks like there's another gank going down already bottom lane. Exhausted Trundle to no effect. Exhausted GP, and he's definitely going down. Yeah, that was an easy free kill for our support, or for our Graves bottom end for Trundle, who's now 1-0-2. Really strong early game for him. He's taken both buffs already. Not Shaco. Yeah, Shaco has no buffs so far. He's had no successful ganks. He's way behind in jungle because of that. Just a really smart move by Trundle. Trundle's a really underestimated jungler, I feel. A lot of people don't know how strong he can be in the jungle. Just normal back and forth here going on between Talon and Kale. Like in a regular 5v5, a lot of times it's just a farm fest up here. There's not much that can be done towards damage to each. I mean, Talon can just toss out those blades and harass Kale, and Kale can just harass with his what is it, Q? Her Q, I believe it is. It's that yes, her Q, and she can just keep tossing that out and harassing him. So probably not going to see much in the way of kills up here, at least until level 6. Level 6 maybe if there's a tower dive or something like that. Trundle's posturing again for another gank on mid, it looks like. This could be close. Shaco's in the vicinity. Oh, very nice pillar there, but he flashed right through it, unfortunately. That flashes down for 200 seconds though, so it's all positive there for mid lane. Shaco looks like he's finally getting a blue buff. There we go, first blue buff of the game. That's great for him. That's really going to help out jungling. He needs to do some catch-up work. And immediately he's out to gank, possibly, or maybe just go and counter jungle. I mean, he sees where Trundle is. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to do that. Nope, just going back into his jungle anyway. So we look around the map. Nothing really too surprising. Rise, of course, Tear the Goddess. Mid lane, Victor has not gone back yet. He's still at his Doran's Ring. Kale's still at a Doran's Ring. Talon's still at... actually got 2 Doran's Blade. Went back at some point. I guess he teleported in. Yes, he did teleport in. GP went a quick Avarice Blade, which is kind of interesting. Maybe possibly seeing a Crypt Plank here, which is always interesting, the insane burst he can get. We see Shaco again, now trying to take Trundle's red buff. Unfortunately, it's not there. He was smart enough to pick it up. Even though he had a red buff, it's smart to pick it up, that way that Shaco can't get it. Ooh, and a very nice jump by Shaco. Unfortunately, the GP ult was very nice, very nice. Free kill for Shaco and Hanwha playing Victor there. The GP ult could have been better, but, it kept them from running that direction and confirmed the kill. That's first kill for Purple Team. The gold differential isn't too huge. It's only 1k. I mean, that can easily be made up with just some good CS or maybe grabbing a dragon. I'm not sure what the pings are about here. They might think that Shaco is trying to jump Rise. Yeah, they might be. Yeah, he's pinging blue buff now, saying they want to go for it. Ward coverage bottom. Always like to see that. That's good, very good, especially with these junglers. Some taunting going on here in mid lane. Eric, I'm going to hit you hard now. Yeah, Victor, he's doing a very good job this game. The death rays have been landing just about every time, and he's been doing very good to keep Rise out and behind on CS even. Not by a huge degree, it's 37-30, but there is a gold advantage in Victor's favor. Here we have Trundle pinging for blue, not blue, for a dragon. It's kind of risky. They don't have any ward coverage. GP saw everything there about Graves going to the dragon area with that ward, but no one's doing anything about it, which is a little strange. You'd think someone would get the hint here. Very easily pick it up. There you go, bonus gold for blue team. That's a great advantage this early into the game. It's good to have dragon control early, because then you know when the timer is, and they don't necessarily... Graves easily spotted by this ward here. He saw him go into the bush, and so GP's just going to set a tower and go B. Oh, geez, Trundle's in some serious trouble here if he stays here. Oh, man, unlucky for Shaco. He just never checks wolves, and it looks like Trundle might actually get out of here. Being surrounded by Victor and Shaco, he's going to end up getting away. Oh, walked right past the ward, but there's nothing Shaco can do. Shaco can do some damage, but there's no way he's going to kill him right now. Looking around, Talon just went back again. Luckily enough for Kale, he hasn't gone back once. Unfortunately, he is behind in CS, but he is having a significant XP lead at this point, or he must, because of not having to go back yet. Unfortunately, he doesn't have teleport, so I can understand why he wouldn't want to go back. Game's looking pretty even so far. I mean, it's about a 2k gold lead for Blue's team, but, you know, at our skill level, there's nothing that can't be just made up pretty quickly with a couple dragons or a couple good ganks. Speaking of ganks, we have two guys going on mid here, converging on mid. Unfortunately, Hanwha's playing it very safe. Ooh, very nice. Clearly had vision of that. I'm not exactly sure how, but he jumped right up to him, did a hell of a lot of damage just using his burst. Also forced the ult that, you know, didn't really lead to too much, so I think that was a great gank. I mean, if anything, it just wasted a few of his abilities. Up top, Kale seems to have spotted Shaco, who is around red buff. He might have just picked it up for himself. Going on to Wraiths now. I don't know if there's much they can do. I'm sorry, Kale's on purple team. They were picking Kale, who they saw. A lot of damage going on Kale, but I don't think there's any way that Graves is going to pick this up, especially with Shaco in the vicinity. Shaco can easily just come and rescue him. Trundle's trying to take some buffs again. Hasn't seen Shaco yet, but Shaco's kind of waiting there, possibly setting up a nest. Yeah, some kind of nest there. Bot lane is uncontested, which is kind of strange. I see that they want to push this turret here, and that would be great for Scrotum Killer to have that map control up top. I'm not sure what that is. They had some kind of great plan behind that, but that was not too terribly close. Shaco coming in here, this could do some significant damage. Yeah. Getting those backstabs right there. Will he get the fear? No, unfortunately he won't get the fear. But he's chasing him down. It's one-on-one. Oh, wow. That is surprising. He turned the tables on that pretty quick. That's the power of a top lane. Unfortunately, Shaco had a bad early game because of all the buffs that Trundle ended up taking. As you can see, there's more trash talking. I'm sure there's more going on in the event that we can't hear right now. Don't mess with Talon with full cooldowns. Yeah, that combo with the ult is... Oh, and I missed a kill mid, unfortunately. I can only assume it was some kind of death ray poke. I apologize for that, I did miss that. 4-2 is the kill count, and CS lead is probably in blue team's favor right now. Ooh, free blue buff for Portacup. Hanwha only just barely missing it. That's too bad. It's always nice to have that ward coverage around the blue area, because that's such an important buff for junglers, especially like a Shaco or something, who it really increases his speed if he has that blue buff, and you know, you want Victor to have that blue buff as well. There's so much more he can do in lane when it comes to harass. So it's always good to toss a ward down there to, you know, try to get someone like Trundle trying to counter jungle you. We saw bottom turret go down. Its first turret kill of the game. It's a nice 150 gold for everyone on blue team. Oh, this is a poor spot for Trundle to be in. He walked right into Shaco's nest. Unfortunately for Shaco, Portacup just has a huge XP lead on him at this point. He's level 8, 49 CS. He's 1-1-2, and Shaco's 0-2-1 with only 37 CS. So, oh, Hanwha's tempting fate here. Oh, just gets out of there in time. Pretty favored towards blue team at this point, I'd have to say. Nothing purple couldn't fix with a couple good Barons or a couple good team fights. They have a pretty strong team fight, especially with Kale, because she can do basically a trend ult onto anyone she wants to. So say someone like Shaco's getting focused down, or someone like Zedral on Graves is getting focused down, you can easily just toss him. Ooh, I just got out from that quick kill. Oh my god. Lucky for Zed, he gets double buff from Trundle, which is awesome for him. But anyway, like I was saying, Kale's ult is really going to be a killer in the team fight and could turn the tables for purple. Victor's upset a little bit here, as you can see. He got bursted to hell That was surprising, actually. I didn't think they were capable of that. But it's not a bad idea to pick up that Trundle. I believe it's only his second death, and he got a double buff out of that, which is killer for GP. If only he would make something of it. And Kale might be going down here. Ult, yes, very good ult. Might actually get a... No, you're not going to get Talon. He's going to go down pretty easily to Graves. They're starting to snowball a little bit. Like I said, a comeback would probably revolve around getting a dragon or something at this point, or getting a really good gank. And unfortunately, even with the wards, blue team is just getting all kinds of good ganks going off everywhere. They're leading pretty well in CS. If you look at mid lane's probably the worst lane for blue right now, but it's it's not terrible. If you want me, here comes the AoE taunts from Trundle. Are you trolling? Well, he is. We'll just take a second to listen to those. Yeah, CS is pretty much in favor of blue team. Gold also on champions. As you can see, Talon's 4,000 gold versus Kale's 3,000. It's a pretty solid lead among all members right now. It's close to a 3K gold differential. Top a lot of V-pings going on. I think they wanted to bait Zed into a gank here. Unfortunately, Zed had the presence of mind to get the hell out of there. Actually, we might end up getting Scrotum Killer there. Oh, no, he comes out with a full burst, but man, that did nothing to GP. That was surprising. He only has a Sheen and a couple of crit items. That's surprising that he took no damage. He took next to nothing from that. Builds, I don't see anything that really stands out. Stinger on Kale, probably going to build into a Nashor's Tooth, which, post-patch has been nerfed, I think. This is the Sejunai patch, anyway. This is what purple team needed up here. Gank on Graves is perfect. Now he's his first death, and it was absolute for nothing. I didn't see how many got the assist, but that's what they needed to get that gold advantage back, is to start getting some kills like that. Back to builds, nothing really too outstanding. You see Graves and Talon going pretty much standard. You're going IE, it looks like. Both of them going IE pretty quick. Oh, and making something happen here? I don't think so. Trundle is probably one of the scariest on the enemy team right now. He just has ridiculous speeds with boats mobility, and eventually he's probably going to work himself up to a Phantom Dancer. Along with his Contaminate, he just moves so quick. I mean, unbuffed right now, he's at 447 move speed, and with that Contaminate, he's probably well over 500. I mean, he can just pursue the hell out of anyone. And that can be something very scary to go against when he's coming roaring out of the jungle like that. We have, Victor going down, potentially. That's a very nice flash to get away from that pillar. That's a very well-placed pillar and a good flash to counter it. Lucky for Victor, just got out of there with the Ignite on him and everything. Top lane, looks like we have another team fight going on. Kale's just going to get out of there. We could be seeing a gank here, but unfortunately that smoke right there grants vision, so they see Zed and they see Zac there. So they might just stay passive on... Yeah, they're just going to stay at the lane here. They'll stay at the tower here, and Scrotum Co is actually going to go B. Looks like mid tower's going down. Unfortunately, they pushed Victor out of lane, so that's another 150 gold to all the blue team. And as you can see, the gold advantage is just, now it's starting to spiral out a little bit here. This could be very bad for their team. Nice GP ult to catch Graves there. Unfortunately, with that dash, it looks like he might get away here. Yeah, he got caught quite easily, actually. Zed Rawl's going to get caught by Zauk and Porticup pretty easily. Unfortunately, Kale's ult is down, so they're going to chase... Oh, man. 266 crit plus Zauk's hit. I believe it was Q there. Just destroyed him. Now they're moving on to Victor. Oh, this could be another very easy kill for them. Talon is doing really well up top here. No disrespect to Kale. Kale's been doing very well against Talon. But Talon is just... He has a ton of CS now. 98 CS. 2-0-1 now. He's just getting very hard to stop. Everyone's going to go B now. Probably work up to that Infinity Edge. Graves is very close. Victor's probably... I mean, not Victor. Talon's pretty close right now, I bet. If he were to just go B. Dragon's back up now. Kind of surprised to see no ward coverage down there. Especially when that could really do quite a good deal for a purple team right now, having ward coverage down there of that dragon and being able to get it whenever they pleased. That would be so good for them right now. I mean, I've said it before. and it would be great. What interests me is the number of boots of mobility I'm seeing here. Talon has a boots of mobility as well, and he went straight to Bloodthirster, using that BF sword instead and the Vamp Scepter to make a Bloodthirster. But also Shaco has boots of mobility, and I've seen boots of mobility on junglers before, and that kind of makes sense. It improves your jungling speed, and you don't really need the resistances too much, especially when you're Trundle or something. You kind of naturally have resistances, and you can build other items that attribute that very well. But seeing boots of mobility on a Talon is kind of interesting. I don't understand why you wouldn't go after their Berserker Greeds instead. Ooh, wow, GP got a kill on Rise. I missed that, unfortunately. I was watching the dragon. Looks like he just got caught out there. As you can see, the box there probably feared him. Picked up another dragon. Blue, second dragon in a row. Now they have another timer on that, and Purple has no idea when it spawns, unfortunately. Rise says, ouch, probably rightfully so. I think he got blown up there by GP. Probably Crit Plank, who went Sheen, Avarice, Zeal. You know, he has a lot of crit on him right now. Shaco getting kind of low here, fighting red buff. He's made quite a hell of a comeback, really. Only 2 levels behind Trundle. He has been getting all his buffs, and he's about caught up in CS. Yeah, 66 CS to 61 CS. So the only difference right now is the XP lead that Trundle has from staying in lane a little bit more. The ward coverage is really nice up here. Ooh, this actually might net them a kill here, this ward coverage. Graves gets caught here. He could... Ooh, wow. Oh, man. He just blew up Shaco. He got really fed. 82 CS, 3, 2, and 2. He's pretty hard to stop right now with a BF sword, pickaxe, you know, components for Zeal. I missed another kill here, yet again. That's tough. Portacup is just... He's hitting so hard. Oh, and will he get it? Nope, he got Gangplank. Looks like Kale's also going down here. He uses ult to try to save Gangplank to no avail, and that's an ace. 22-minute ace. Shaco just came up now. Not fantastic. Unfortunately for Purple, Blue is spiraling now. They have almost a 6k gold lead, and it's just getting worse and worse. Trundle has full control over the dragon. They have no way of stopping that, really. They have no ward coverage, and he can solo it easily by himself in a very quick amount of time. Might see Talon jump onto Shaco here, maybe, possibly. Shaco's tanking quite a bit of those minions. Oops, sorry about that. Shaco's tanking quite a bit of damage there. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, he's gone from full health to 50% health, mostly off minions, doing damage to him. We have Zalk joining him now, freshly with a Banshee's Veil, to try to help out. This is kind of close. You can see they're trying to bait it. They have Victor coming in and they have Kale coming in. So if they're going to get a good Kale ult and have Victor tossing Death Rays, they could really turn this team fight around. Very good GP ult. Rise snared him, but no fear. He dropped that GP ult and quickly got the kill on Rise without much of a problem. Siegfried got out of there just barely, missing the collateral damage from Graves, which was nerfed with this patch also. The initial damage was nerfed, but the after damage was actually buffed. So it looks like they got out of that 1 for nothing, which is very good for them at this point. Another kill on the clock. Trying to narrow the lead as much as humanly possible. Trundle's free farming their jungle, as always. It's just Trundle was a really good pick for this team. Shaco jungle is so much slower, and Trundle jungle is so much safer than a Shaco jungle. So here we have what could be the making of a gank setup. Nope, just putting down more wards. They have very good control over their own jungle, but I feel like a ward, here at Baron or here at Dragon, and maybe one by their blue buff would work a lot better. And of course, the AoE taunt. We have a team fight going on up here, possibly. I don't think Talon's going to have much of a problem now. He just ults out of there just to be safe. Victor being MIA and all. Just trying to get around to get to him. Graves here. Graves is, ooh, very nice dash to get out of there, because that would have been bad with a gravity field right there. Can he get the stun? No, he's not going to get the stun. Still looking at a kill here. Siegfried has died over here in this team fight, and it looks like Graves did go down thanks to Victor ult. Back up here, up at top, Kale is getting away from Portacup just barely. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I missed the Shaco kill, but there's not much I could have done about that. Ooh, good GP ult. Try to slow them down and save Kale here. Oh no, man, those crits, those insane crits coming out from Trundle are just doing so much damage. At this point, Victor's fallen off a little bit, unfortunately. His damage isn't nearly as high as it was. Zedraw's going down there, and Zalk as well, so 1 for 1 there. Unfortunately, I don't think Victor stands much of a chance, but with Siegfried's help coming in here on Shaco, might just have a better chance. Unfortunately, there you go. That's the Contaminate power. 512 move speed, while on Contaminate with that boost of mobility proc. I mean, that's just so much damage, excuse me. Gangplank, of course, says the mandatory worth it in chat. It's always worth it because you say so. You have to just keep that in mind. Oh man, I can't believe they got that kill. They got Shaco and Trundle did not die there. It looks like they're also going to get Victor from this too. Talon is just doing really well. Talon is a stronger pick than I anticipated. And he's just, his assassination is working out really well in this squishier team. You know, Shaco and Victor and GP really don't have much in the way of resistance this early game. And so far he's just spiraling. I think someone might be mad. I'm sure someone is right now in vent chat. But you know, we do this for fun. It's a blast to play these games. You know, this is the most fun I have in LoL, is playing games with your friends and things like that. It's so much better than, you know, the hell that is solo queue. Here we go again. They're stealing blue buff again because of lack of ward coverage. Talon's going to get a free blue buff here, or give it to Graves. Yeah, he's just going to take blue buff for himself. And that's due to, well, oops. I'm sure this was talked about. Double ward there, big mistake. A ward there would have been much better. And Talon is getting blown up, and will Shaco be able to finish him off? Yes. Actually, Kale got the kill there. Way out of position. Clearly pretty greedy. Another case of hubris, getting the better of someone. And very nice max range laser beam. You know, put that right at the edge of the range and then sent it straight out and got the kill on that. It's looking better. They're doing a little bit better in the team fights. They've had quite a few positive 1 for O's, 1 for 1s. You know, that was 2 for O right there. They are looking a little bit stronger right now than they were earlier in the game. And you know, that's what I kind of anticipated. When it came to team fights, they have a little bit of the stronger team fight. They have a lot more AoE because of GP ult. They have a lot more protection because of Kale ult. And it was interesting to see. You know, a lot of blue teams' capabilities is burst. I mean, Ryze is more sustain and Trundle's more sustain, but like GP, unless he can get in melee range, he's a lot of burst from Parlay, and Talon's just a lot of burst. Once he has his cooldowns up, he does all his damage, and then that's it. Walking by a few random boxes there, 10 free gold for Salkumar. Excuse me. Hanwha's just taking Trundle's jungle wherever he can. You know, safer than laning, as I say. You know, you just jump in there, you grab a few wraiths, and there's no damage to you being hurt there. Unfortunately, reveals himself there. I don't know about this choice, because they could just wrap around. Luckily for that Shaco box there, that would have prevented it, actually. There you go, Shaco box power right there. Pinging a lot. We have Talon over here, who looks like he's just ready to jump in. We could have a really good 4-on-4 team fight here. I'd be interested to see what happens. Instead, it looks like purple team's opting to stay to a better angle. I mean, the open engagements in this kind of an area favors blue team a lot right now. He can pop down something like Contaminate and just motor the hell around and do all kinds of damage. But a smaller corridor like this would be much more beneficial for a GP ult, because they all get stuck in it and they all can't get out of it. Alright. As you can hear there's lots of taunting going on. I'm sure people have bound it to like strange mouse keys and stuff like that so they can spam it. This is just how we play LOL. We screw with each other and whatever. Portacup got a little greedy there. Sitting in the GP ult was not the best idea, and oh man, they're going to turn this around on Zalkumar. This will be a free kill for them, and they could follow up and take a tower out of this too. Very greedy attacking them under their own tower, especially when they had GP ult and gravity field there, because they so trapped in that ult. I mean, that's what's great. There's great synergy between Victor and GP because of the fact that you can stop them in that AoE. Excuse me. Looks like they're going to try for tower here. Unfortunately, without a range AD, it's a lot more difficult because you have to kind of get it right up to the tower and start punching it. And with Talon sitting there, it's a lot harder to do. Shaco's trying to take, as much as he can, walking around, counter jungling wherever he's possible, to try to keep Trundle back as far as possible. He's catching up. He's doing a good number. Trundle's only level 15, and Shaco is level 13. I mean, he still is 2 levels behind, but CS-wise, 96 to 79, it could be a lot worse from the situation he was put in. Trundle is easily the scariest member of the blue team right now. 4 and 7 with 96 CS. He has a hell of a lot of tank items. He already has a Triforce, which is... It's kind of a strange item to rush on Trundle, but it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage, mostly from the Sheen procs. Talon questioning why he's the only one that's level 18 here. It's because he's been free farming mostly up top, pretty much non-stop. As you can see, 195 CS, easily the best in the game. Hasn't had as many kills as Trundle because he hasn't been around, but that CS is about worth the kills that Trundle has. Trundle getting caught here, unfortunately I don't think there's much they can do about it. Not the greatest GP ult, nothing's probably going to come of that. They're just going to have to fall back to the turret here and try to hold. They're calling GP over, I'm sure, to try to get him in on this team fight, but unfortunately for him, there's no way around this, so he has to go all the way around here to get back to the team without cutting through Trundle and Talon. Talon just taking some of Shaco's jungle, nothing too new. I'm kind of surprised not to see a Baron... Oh, hold on a second. Zedral's getting nuked here by Trundle and Talon. Yeah, that was a rough situation for him to be in. That was not great. Portacup getting very greedy. I mean, a Kale ult could save Hanwha right now, no problem. Yeah, yes, there you go. There are perfect timing. Absolutely saved his life. And, Victor returned the favor and saved Kale's life. Oh, man, that's two dead. Most likely a third. Oh, but that Rise ult might... Oh, no, that's just the image. With Talon coming in, I don't know about this. This could be a very close one. Oh, 3 dead. 3 for 1, 3 for 2. And I think Shaco's just going to do his best to get out of here. Yep, Victor came back to save him. Get Zac, he says. Not much you could do about that. He just deceived away, and with Victor's help, there's no chance of getting him. 3 for 2 for Purple Team. They're making a strong comeback here, about as strong as they could. I mean, they're still way behind. Exactly. Talon says what I said right there. They're still way behind in CS, which is unfortunate. I mean, Talon's really way up there in CS. You can see his gold earned is 10k, and I mean, that's just crazy. He is actually higher than Trundle by exactly 1k. But, there's a few close competitors on the other team now. I mean, GP's at 9k, Victor's at 8.4k. They're not totally out of this, really. If they get a good ace or another few more good team fights like that, 3 for 2 sort of things, they could stand a good chance here in this game, a better chance than they were having at least. The kill count's 19-17 now, so it's more in their favor than it was earlier in the game. But right now we see kind of a more, everyone's just kind of settling into a passive, sitting back. Everyone's a little worried. This is the time of game where you don't really want to be killed because you lose a lot of time. Portacup has been writing this in chat, I can tell. He popped up there right when Dragon popped up. Now with his freshly discovered Guardian Angel, which is just going to be so hard for the enemy team to deal with. Doesn't provide him much in the way of damage. Actually, doesn't provide him in the way of damage at all. But it does provide him with that sustainability. And, when you see that white glow around someone, you know you can't really focus them because they're just going to be back up and in the team fight in about 5 seconds. So, I mean, that kind of takes the focus off Trundle a little bit, which is a great thing for him. Items, not seeing anything too peculiar. Graves going for the Black Cleaver before anything else. I mean, after Infinity Edge, before anything else. Looking for Rise to upgrade that Tear of the Goddess into an Archangel Staff soon. On the enemy team, we have Crit Plank. He already has his Triforce. He has a BF Sword, a Pickaxe, and it looks like he's going for an IE next. Looks like they've pinging Graves. They must have a ward. Yeah, they do. They have a ward right there, so they know exactly where he was. Unfortunately, they can't follow up on it. We have a bit of a pursuit going on down here. Zalkamar versus 3. Talon jumps in, absolutely blows up Victor. Absolutely destroys him. That GP ult's not going to do much in the way of deterring them either. I mean, Talon and Trundle can run in here and do some significant damage to them right now if they wanted to. Smarter decisions not to, however. as they're just going to be taking it. Oh, and Siegfried goes down. Wow. Just, oh man, Trundle's doing so much damage this game. And it's gotten to the point where he's just about unkillable as well. I mean, he has that Guardian's Angel, so even if you take him down in a team fight, you know, the odds are he won't stay down. It's looking really in Blue's favor. The gold advantage is back up to 10k from, they had it down to 8k at one point, but it's back up to 10k now. Just really not looking great for a purple team, unfortunately. We still have a pretty, you know, it's about as close as this game can get. 4v4 is interesting. Never seen a 4v4 before, never done a 4v4 before. So it's kind of an different kind of style. I mean, no support is a huge thing. No one has CV on blue team. There is one CV on purple team, but not having that healer, not having that Soraka, not having that Sona, Taric, things like that, it makes team fights a lot different. Back to the action here. We have a 3-on-4 going on in mid lane. But honestly, I don't think Blue's too afraid right now. Trundle's damage is insane. He's basically counting as a fourth person right now with that Guardian's Angel. So Purple's just opting to continue CSing. Working down the turrets, Talon kind of backdoored bot turret before they could get to him. That's very good. That leaves that inhibitor open and exposed so that anyone wants to split push, which is a very good idea in what they're doing right now. They're holding 3 guys at mid, or 2 guys at mid. Trundle's back at base right now, but then just having Talon split push and keep up that CS. 257 CS, 36 minutes into a game. That's amazing. That's really, really good. He's looking to be over 300 CS before the 40-minute mark if he keeps that up. Trevor, we're gonna make you crazy. All right, well, thank you, said Raw. Yeah, that would be me, Trevor. They're playing this game. They're playing this game just before me, and I'm playing the spectator, as you can see. So they have the 3-minute. I have the 3-minute delay. Luckily for me, I have a chat filter on, and now they've proceeded to trolling me. I guess there's nothing more interesting to do. Baron is a significant possibility. They could take it down very, very quickly before they even figure it out. I don't understand why they haven't. The focus on Kayle here is going to result in Kayle getting away. I don't really know how Trundle did that, figuring I'm at my mother's house right now. Zalkamar gets caught in that gravity field, and he just melted. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Free kill for purple team. That's been playing a lot. I just want to hide the chat. I can't, unfortunately. Can I? No, I cannot. There we go. We'll hide the chat. There we go. So that's problem solved. They're pinging Baron now. Blue team is pinging Baron. Finally, they got the idea to go over there and check it out. See if he's still there anymore, since no one's had it warded pretty much all game. There we go. There we go. CV dropped on Baron. Ooh. I didn't see Baron there, but that must have been some weird bug or something. Yeah, it didn't reveal Baron on the CV, but he's still clearly there. That's strange. Anyway, so I feel like Blue should be posturing more around Baron rather than picking up things like red buff, but you know, they're at enough of a lead right now that they don't need to worry about it too much. But you know, this is where wards come in handy. If they had ward coverage, they could see that there's 2 bot, there's 1 mid, and there's 1 MIA, and that should be enough for them to go take Baron. As you can see, they're kind of grouping up around this area, hoping to take it, but they need a lot more in the way of wards. Unfortunately, without that support, you're not getting any wards, you're not getting any ward coverage. Right now, blue team is pinging Baron. They see that they're all MIA, I'm sure, and they're thinking about going over there and checking it out. Yeah, there you go. Just making sure it's still there. Ward drop down, or is that a box? I'm not entirely sure. To try to keep vision of this. Man, look at that. Baron just disappears. Anyway, so it looks like purple's trying to force. Ooh, this is very good. Pillar, very good pillar here. Drop the GP ult. Zalkamar melts, absolutely melts. He gets focused in that team fight every time. I would not focus Porticup. It looks like Victor's going to go down to the combined Talon, and Graves goes down though in the process. Shaco's getting focused, but the nice Kayle ult saves him. Unfortunately, Kayle goes down in the process, and it looks like Zed might be a little out of luck here. Oh man, that's a 3 for 2 in the favor of blue team, and unfortunately did not get that Trundle. and for that they can get Baron easily. There's not much Siegfried can do on Shaco to stop him. I mean, he can try tossing a Shiv or something like that to steal it, or maybe deceiving in for the extra damage. But I don't know. They're backing off of this. I feel like easily Trundle could take it right now. He's 10-5 and 10, 146 CS. He has great items. He has Warden's Mail. He has Guardian's Angel. I mean, worst comes to worst, he could pop Guardian's Angel. But maybe they're just going to wait for the team to get up. But even in that case, I'd be starting it now. I guess they're not going to do Baron here, which is kind of interesting. They might be just planning on some kind of push to win, you know, try to take up Shaco's time by going mid and top lane, bottom lane, sorry. It looks like they're going to get this inhibitor. Probably no problem, I don't know. Shaco's coming along here, deceived in. Nice crit. Oh, wow, that was a lot of damage coming down from the Shaco and the Victor combined there. Unfortunately, that box is not going to do much in the way of fearing him. Looks like he can probably just get away here. Nice deceive again. Nice backstab. Shiv toss. Nicely done. Actually ended up getting that talent. GP ult. Not the best, once again. But look at this. We finally... excuse me. We finally have Porticup going after Baron now that, you know, Talon's dead, the #1 carry on their team. And now that he's completely alone over here. But it looks like he might not have a problem here. I don't know. If no one comes to help, he's going to have a problem. Luckily for him, Zalgamar's here to start doing it. Purple has caught inkling of this, and they're on their way. Oh, man, this could be very bad. Very, very bad for Purple team right now. All they need to do is toss down a CV. Very nice, and if they can smite it, who's going to get it? Oh, this is... Oh, blue team got it, unfortunately. Purple team put out a hell of an effort there. Oh, no. He put the Kale ult on the image. Oh, and that's just not going to be great. Victor coming in to try to clean up Porticup. I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, Kale's too low, and just... Oh, Victor's melting to that Trundle. Kale's going to go down here as well, looks like. Having picked up Baron and the Ace, 4-for-1 trade there, plus Baron. I don't think there's much they can do. This game looks like it's probably about over. Looks like Shaco's down for another 30 seconds, and everyone else is down for 40 seconds or 50 seconds. It was a pretty good game. I feel like there's some things they could have done better. Like, you know, first Baron at 42 minutes is not exactly fantastic, and the ward coverage was probably their biggest downfall. Purple team, that is. If they had proper ward coverage, I could see there's a lot more opportunities they could have picked up on there. But unfortunately, due to that overpowered fog of war, there's nothing they could do, and they couldn't see where they were, and you know they were worried about taking that because they also didn't have an oracles or anything like that, so they couldn't tell if there were wards in the area. Talon's going to free farm bottom. Shaco's going to try to defend the base here, hopefully against the combined forces of Trundle and Graves, which is absolutely terrifying. Trundle taking next to no damage, not to mention his Guardian Angel, which actually procced. Yeah, it procced in that last team fight, but you know, it's still fine. I mean, you look at his resistances. He has 228 armor, which is just insane. Getting focused down now with the help of, you know, his insane movement speed of 359 without boots of mobility. It looks like he might get away here. He might even turn the tables on Zed. Oh, I don't know. This is a close one. I want to see what's going on top. Oh, nicely done. Nothing GP could do there. Graves goes down as well. Actually, Graves goes down for them, so that's a 1-for-1 trade there. That's surprising. I did not think Graves was going to be caught out. I think Trundle would have been the better target to kill there, but you know, a kill is a kill, I guess. They could use anything they could get here. They have super minions now in 2 different lanes, mid lane and bot lane. That's going to be unfortunate because it's going to require someone staying back at base more than likely to try to keep them at bay, which gives them a lot of control when it comes to Baron and Dragon. Luckily for them, Baron's not up for another 3 or 4 minutes at least, and Dragon is not being capitalized on right now. As you can see, it's still down there. Just having fun on its own, minding its own business. It looks like they're trying to do some kind of excuse me, jeez. Push to win here. Rise is just pushing, trying to get some CS. Finally built that Tear the Goddess into an Archangels, and should be really strong at this point. Not the highest in CS, not the highest in kills, but Rise has pretty good standard damage. I mean, a lot of it's based around his mana, and he has his core items right now. Trundle's GA, when is that coming off cooldown? It doesn't say, but his GA is down, and so this would be a really key time. Unfortunately, Kale had to use his ult to save himself, or herself, I guess. Not much in the way of damage done. Portacup is just so fed this game. Looks like Shaco's going to go down. Yes, he does. Oh, no. Wow. Beautiful ult, but unfortunately not enough. Portacup does go down. Kale, focus fire from 3 of them, took down Portacup. I can't believe that Shaco ult saved him. He was about to take the death blow from Trundle, and the ult bought him enough time to help focus down Trundle before he died, and that's really key right now. I mean, they both lost 1 in the fight, but I'd much rather lose Shaco than lose Trundle, because Trundle's really what's been carrying this game so far as tanking and damage. Unfortunately, a bit of a lag spike here. I may be running out of hard drive space. Oh, this is unfortunate. There we go. That's sorted out. I don't know what that was. Sorry, I apologize for that. But anyway, back to the game. It looks like Zalkamar is trying to force down this tower as best as he can. Oh man, what is with this? All of a sudden. Alright, anyway. So Kale's trying to defend this tower. Will he? It's so close. 35 HP. 1 more auto attack from Rise. And no, he defends it. Wow. But that's pretty much free for the taking, as well as that inhibitor anytime they please. Zalkin's in bad shape right now. Looks like Siegfried is going to be able to get him. No, he turns on him. Oh, he's doing quite a bit of damage, but it looks like... Oh, Kale ult. I'm not sure if it saved him, but it was just at the right time to prevent another Q from landing on Siegfried and saving his life there. But it's kind of surprising. Kale and Siegfried both very low from that 1 engagement against Rise. Luckily for them, though, getting the kill on Rise there. Trying to bring the gold back into their favor, but it never has been in their favor. It's 45k to 59k. It's pretty much desperate attempt for purple here. I mean, maybe... Ooh, I would not want to be there if I was Shaco. Maybe if they can get some kind of ace here or something, 50-second ace, they could have enough time to grab a Baron and grab a few turrets, and that would be good, but it's looking very doubtful for them right now. Trundle and Talon are just doing way too much damage right now. Trundle's jumping onto Kale, and Kale's... Ooh, nice Kale ult. This is similar of a Trend ult, but unfortunately not enough. Graves finishes off that kill, absolutely no problem. Portacup taking quite a bit of damage here. He still does it as Guardian's Angel, and oh man, baits out Zedral for the kill there. Easily. Will they knock? They should knock out his GA at this point. No, aced. And that looks like that's going to be game right there. That would explain the lag spikes now, because they're probably sending me messages saying they're done. And that's it. That's ace right there. That's game. Really good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more in the future, hopefully. This is Ignatius. See you guys later.